Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Once again, it's your guy, Mr. 945, coming back at you with, another one. Man, I feel like I sound like DJ Khaled when I'm doing that. Anyway, I wanted to check in with you guys on my top, huh, I would say four of my top, maybe I'll do a fifth one, um, budget bangers, right? Low budget, high value. That's really what I'm all about. I really, truly, strongly believe that protecting yourself against any threat out there in this world, you should be able to do so and not have to break your wallet, break the bank to do so. Whether or not you can afford it or not is beside the question. But you shouldn't have to pay seven, eight, $900 for a weapon to keep yourself armed. Um, so all of the handguns on this table are less than $500. Most of these are within $400 and below. So, however, they're all quality products. That's the key. Having something quality, something that's not going to break down on you, something that's going to be reliable. I've said in other videos that I've done, reliability, I mean, anything mechanical, anything man made, even if it's made by a machine, has the potential to fail, right? So you don't trust it in that sense. You have to put it through its paces in order to trust it, right? And that's where range time comes into play, putting rounds down range within that particular weapon just to make sure that you trust it. However, I've had numerous rounds through all these firearms, and I actually would trust these, albeit in my be. I'm always going to be straight up with you guys. I don't carry all of these. I do carry this one, but I've had the most rounds through this one because I've had this one the longest out of all of these. However, I didn't get all of these for a carry aspect. A lot of the guns that I own, because I own a lot of guns, I just have them just because, hell, I like guns. So go figure. If you like me, put a note in the comment. But yeah, every gun that I buy it's not with the intent to carry it. However, I am confident that if I was in a situation and I had one of these guns, I would be able to protect myself and or my loved ones or neighbor or whomever with one of these guns, right? So with that being said, let's do the introductions, right? So we have the PSA dagger. This is the full size dagger, right? I have the less rounds through this one. Of these, I have the lesser amount of rounds through this one. I don't know. I don't track my round count like that, but yep. So this is basically a Glock 17 clone. I do not own a Glock 17, but now I have a Glock 17 clone, so I don't need to get a Glock 17, or do I? Yeah, so this is a good gun. You can get into a dagger if you've been living under a rock or you just don't know. You could get into a dagger for, I think I just saw one on sale, a blemish model, and their blemish models are not blemished. They don't have like scratches and nothing crazy on it. I don't know why they are blemished, but it could have just been a return, to be honest. But I just saw a blemished model. I don't know. I think it was a compact dagger for like $289. No brainer. If you didn't have one and you're thinking about it, grab it, right? I think it was black with a gold barrel. I think the barrel was threaded too. I mean, if I didn't already have like several other daggers, I actually would have got it. So I practice what I preach. So, but yeah, dagger. You can get into this for less than $400, usually around the $300 range. You can look up and piece one together roughly around $300. Oh, did I mention their optic cut? Yeah. So you can do that as well. I've been toying around putting the optic on here. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, so PSA dagger is a good option. I love PSA's motto where they're, trying to provide access to firearms for the everyday person. I consider myself an everyday person, although I have a whole bunch of guns. Like, yeah, but still, yeah, I mean, definitely rock with PSA. They make some good products. Secondly, SDS Imports TSAS 1911 carry, whatever they want to call it. This is a good 1911. And again, these are just different options of types of firearms that you can purchase, right? So 1911, this doesn't have the guy rod in there, but they have those that you can get the guide rod in them with or whatever. But a 1911. So price point on, and this shoots very, very well for a budget 1911 high value shoot. I would say you can get into one of these for roughly around the $400 price point. Definitely less than $500, but it may be like $400 and some change or something like that. And again, I'm talking brand new, everybody, not used, brand new. I know there are some folks that may kind of turn your nose at buying a used gun. And I actually was one of those folks when I first got into like kind of, the 2A world and buying guns and stuff like that. I was like, nah, I don't want any gun in my collection to be used. I shifted my mindset on that because the cool thing about buying used is that gun now has rounds through it. It's been broken in, right? And that only aids in the reliability in it. Again, if you're buying a low budget quality product, rounds through it, just make sure that if you're buying used, if you can take it to a gunsmith and have them look it over, great. There are some guns that you can buy, like a Glock. You can basically kind of switch out the internals if you do have questions or doubts around it, and keeping the frame and the slide or whatever. Yeah, so that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, so this SDS Imports or TSAS 1911 carry, this is a commander size model. Yeah, definitely a good shoot. Again, roughly around a $400 price point. You can get into that. Definitely would recommend doing so. And I think SDS Imports, TSAS, they just dropped their double stack 1911s. And you guys know that like 1911 double stacks are just now starting to break the barrier of less than $1,000. You got the Gerson, which is another good manufacturer, low budget, high value. I think those are running roughly around like 800. I think they just dropped the 10 mil double stack 1911. Grab it. SDS Imports, TSAS, they have one. They have, I guess, a couple of models, one on their Mac line and one just under the regular TSAS line or whatever. But I think those are like, I was at the gun shop today and I think I saw it for like $7 something or whatever. So, and that's brand new, just came out. So I'm sure the price is going to drop over time. Definitely another good option. Next, Bersa TPR 45C or 9C. Whichever. You can get into these. This is a double single action compact handgun. Again, they make these in 45 and in 9. They do not make it in 10 mil. So sorry for all my 10 mil guys. But this is a good handgun. And I'll show you. So you have the contour controls here, which I like. It's an ergonomic pistol. One thing that I don't too much care for, I wish the beaver tail was a little bit more extended because you could potentially get some hammer bite right there. But you definitely want to choke up on your grip, right? But it's not bad. Trigger pull, double action, I will say, is a normal double action on the handgun. So it's like 10, 12 pounds. But single action, it's pretty cool. So it's not the best trigger in the world. It's a smooth pull. It's not a crisp pull. It's a smooth pull through, but definitely a good option as well if you're into a compact all metal aluminum frame, steel slide, all metal handgun. The 45 only does give you 7 rounds though. So if you want a higher capacity, you can go into the 9. I believe the 9 gives you like 12 or 13 or something like that. So So yeah, so definitely a good option there. You can get into this model. Bursa has other models as well, but this particular model, you can get into this for roughly around a $400 price point as well. And then, last but not least, is Old Faithful for me. My Taurus G2C. This is this is in my carry rotation, so I'm gonna take the mag out and check clear, safe direction. All right, so I'll keep the mag out for the duration of that, but you all already know you can get it to a G2C for less than $300, brand new. And they have the Toro models that you can get with the optic cut slide. You can basically buy one of these and buy a slide. Like, I don't have the Toro slide or the optic ready slide. I can actually go on Taurus's website and buy the optic ready slide and slide it on there. Or you can buy them already like that. But insert the Taurus G3C, Taurus G3, GX4, GX4 carry. I just saw a GX4 carry, a deal. I think it's at Sportsman Outdoor Superstore, whatever. $289 out the door. Toro model, Taurus GX4. I posted the screenshot of that deal on my channel in the community post or whatever, because that's a hell of a deal. If I were in the market for a Taurus GX4, I would actually jump on that. So definitely would recommend it. But yeah, so you can get into one of these. I don't turn your nose up because it's a Taurus. This, I can't recall ever having a failure with this gun. Again, I've had this gun the longest, and I've had just about as many rounds through this as I've with my M&Ps, which I do like, and I'm purposefully not showing them, but those are also some budget options you can get into. But yeah, I don't recall having any stoppages or failures with my Taurus. So your mileage may vary, but that goes to say for any handgun, no matter who it's from, who it's made by, every company has the likelihood of putting out a dud, a lemon, right? Same thing with cars. So go figure. But I'm going to cut it short. I was going to do a fifth option, but I mean, you can just about insert other models. I'll say what, Girsan. Let me pull one out. I was trying to keep this video short, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. So, bam. Beretta clone. And then a lot of the clones is really kind of what you're thinking about, right? When you're talking about budget, you can get the clones at a very reasonable price. So Beretta clone, Beretta 92X clone or whatever, you can get into this $400 price range. This is a sexy peanut butter and black two-tone layout. I like this. I actually like this color scheme better than the M9A4, A3 or whatever. It has like several different shades of FDE. This is just one continuous shade, one color of FDE, with the black grips and the black barrel and the black accents. I like that. That's well put together in my book. But even with this, I haven't had any issues with this one either. So this is a good shooter, double action, single action, takes Beretta parts. We are clear. I mean, it's literally a Beretta clone. Insert here the Taurus PT92. Let's see, is there another Beretta clone? There might be another one, and I just don't know about it. But yeah, so another good option. So there you go, top 5 low budget, high value bangers. You can get options like this in 45. You can get options like this in 9. I don't have any 10 mil, so I can't speak on that. However, yeah, there are options out there. So continue to do your research, continue to practice, train, seek out other opinions and thoughts. And, this 2A community is a very friendly and insightful community. But again, it all really kind of goes back to your research, but there are options out there for us. So take heed. But with that said, this video is a little bit too long for me, so I'm gonna cut it short here. I'm gonna stop rambling. Mr. 945, as always, continue to practice, keep training, practice, supporting those two-way rights, and above everything else, stay safe. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good one. Mr. 945. I'm out. Peace.